Chapter 4: Mental Healing in Ancient Times. The chapter refers to the ancient practice of healing through prayer and faith, citing biblical accounts as examples of how people were healed through their belief and the power of their minds. The chapter posits that these ancient healings were achieved through the cooperation of the subconscious mind. It suggests that the individuals who experienced healing had a strong inner conviction that something miraculous would happen, leading to their recovery. This points to the idea that the mind is a powerful tool for influencing physical health, a concept explored throughout the book. Biblical examples. The healing of blind men by Jesus is cited as an example of how faith and the understanding of the power of the subconscious mind can facilitate healing. Jesus asked the blind men, "Believe ye that I am able to do this?" And their affirmative answer, coupled with their faith, led to their sight being restored. The chapter explains that Jesus appealed to the subconscious mind of the blind men, using their faith and inner conviction as a catalyst for healing. The chapter also emphasizes the importance of not discussing the healing with skeptics, as their doubt and criticism could introduce negative thoughts into the subconscious mind, potentially undoing the healing. This highlights the sensitivity of the subconscious mind to external influences. The chapter mentions that when people came to Jesus for healing, they were healed by their faith, combined with Jesus' understanding of the healing power of the subconscious mind. Jesus' inner conviction and trust in the power of the subconscious mind were key to these healings. The role of faith and expectation. The chapter suggests that the success of any healing technique depends on the confident conviction that the desired outcome is already a reality in the mind. In other words, believing in the fulfillment of the desire, as if it has already happened, is essential for manifesting it in the physical world. It emphasizes the importance of eliminating all doubt and adverse considerations from the mind when seeking healing. The idea is that the seed of the desired outcome, a concept, is planted in the subconscious, and if left undisturbed, it will grow into external reality. The subconscious as the book of life. The chapter presents the subconscious mind as a repository of all thoughts, beliefs, and opinions. It suggests that what is impressed upon the subconscious mind will eventually be manifested in the external world as circumstances, conditions, and events. The subconscious mind is portrayed as a book of life, where thoughts become experiences. The power of thoughts. The chapter states that your thoughts become your experiences, highlighting the power of the mind to shape your reality. It cites Ralph Waldo Emerson, who said, "Man is what he thinks all day long," underscoring the importance of focusing on positive and constructive thoughts. The idea that what is impressed on the subconscious is expressed in the objective world is a recurring theme. In the book, the interaction of conscious and subconscious. The chapter explains that your brain receives your thoughts through the conscious mind. Once the conscious mind fully accepts a thought, it is sent to the solar plexus, the brain of your mind, where it becomes flesh and manifests in your experience. The subconscious mind acts on whatever is written on it, without arguing. It accepts the conclusions of the conscious mind as final. This reiterates that the thoughts and beliefs held in the conscious mind ultimately shape the experiences manifested in the outer world through the subconscious. Historical conchapter of mental healing. The chapter provides a historical conchapter for mental healing, discussing figures who practiced various methods of healing. Dr. James Estale. The chapter discusses Dr. James Estale, a Scottish surgeon who practiced in Bengal before the discovery of ether or modern anesthesia. He performed around 00 major operations using only mental anesthesia. Dr. Estale's patients did not feel pain during the operations, and the post-operative mortality rate was very low. Asterisk, this is presented as evidence of the power of the mind to control physical responses. Franz Anton Mesmer. The chapter mentions Franz Anton Mesmer, a Swiss physician who claimed to heal by stroking diseased bodies with artificial magnets in zero. Later, Mesmer discarded the magnets and developed the theory of animal magnetism, positing that a fluid pervades the universe and is particularly active in human zero. Various healing theories and techniques. The chapter explains that while there are numerous theories about how healing occurs, it is not the specific theory that matters, but rather the underlying principle of faith and the power of the subconscious mind. It states that anything that shifts one from fear and worry towards faith and expectancy will lead to healing zero. The power of suggestion. The chapter notes that a suggestion only has power if it is accepted mentally. It gives an example of a passenger feeling seasick after a suggestion was made because they had an underlying fear of seasickness. This highlights that it is the individual's internal acceptance of a suggestion rather than the suggestion itself that triggers a reaction in the subconscious. Blind faith. The chapter uses the example of a man who believed he was healed by a new instrument, actually a thermometer, as an illustration of how blind faith can work. The man's belief in the instrument was what resulted in his healing. The chapter makes clear that while the theories and beliefs of different groups about healing vary significantly, they all achieve results through similar mechanisms within the subconscious mind. It is the shift in mindset from fear to faith that facilitates the healing response. The importance of mental states. The chapter notes that a man who was told to be passive and think of nothing was healed by his minister's silence. Affirmations of perfect health. The state of mind of both the healer and the person being healed is a key component of the process. The chapter notes that any method that shifts you from fear and worry to faith and expectancy will facilitate healing zero. The subconscious mind's role in body functions. The chapter explains that the subconscious mind controls all the vital functions of the body without the need for conscious direction. It also reiterates that the subconscious is always working to preserve life and restore health. Automatic body processes. The chapter notes that the subconscious mind controls the heart beating, lungs breathing, digestion, and other bodily processes while one is awake or asleep. This suggests the subconscious is always active, even without conscious effort or awareness. The subconscious's lifeward tendency. The chapter emphasizes the subconscious's inclination towards preserving life, giving the example of the body expelling bad food automatically. Asterisk, it also states that the subconscious can restore one to health. The use of imagination in healing. The chapter details the use of disciplined imagination as a method to convey the idea of health to the subconscious. Creating mental pictures. The chapter explains the healing of a man who was suffering from functional paralysis by having him create vivid mental pictures of himself walking, working, and functioning normally. The idea is that these mental images would be accepted by the subconscious mind. Living the role. The man was encouraged to live the role and to feel himself back in his office, giving his subconscious mind a definite focus to work on. The nature of truth and the subconscious mind. The chapter emphasizes that it is not what is believed, but the belief itself that brings results. It encourages readers to believe in eternal truths and move away from fears and superstitions. The power of belief. The chapter stresses that the power of belief in one's mind is what leads to a result, not what is being believed in. It is the individual's conviction that brings the result, not the truth or falsehood of the belief. Eternal verities. The chapter urges ceasing belief in false beliefs, superstitions, and fears, and instead believing in the eternal truths of life. This highlights the idea that the mind should be focused on positive and constructive principles. The importance of scientific prayer. The chapter underscores the idea of scientific prayer, which involves the harmonious interaction of the conscious and subconscious levels of the mind directed towards a specific purpose. Prayer as a technique. It suggests that prayer is not just a supplication but a way to tap into the infinite power within oneself. Tapping infinite power. The chapter explains that the book will teach how to access the infinite power within to get what one desires in life.